just to go back in the Jeff Bezos thing, I feel like we should talk about this. Did you see the first consequence of the Twitch leaks?
Yeah, and it's hilarious, but it's actually terrifying.
Yeah, because it was very innocent this time. Next time it's going to be like, okay. Well, anyway, to explain what happened, GTA's banner, like the actual image for the game. In fact, a lot of games, not just GTA's, were replaced with an image of like Jeff Bezos, for lack of a better term, pogging. Like he's doing this weird ass face. So yeah, I guess that now that we know how Twitch works, it's very easy to hack, and that's the first thing we saw. It must suck. Like I remember back when I was like straight out of school as a software engineer, I was like, I would love to work for Twitch if only I didn't have to relocate.
Oh my God.
Yeah. And the thing is, at the time, it was still a good place to work. It recently had been bought by Amazon, and like it still had the original Twitch culture. But like the Glassdoor scores, Glassdoor being the career review website, the Glassdoor scores went from like 4.5 to
rate your teacher
to 2.5. Yeah, rate your teacher for companies. It went from like 4.5 average to like 2.5 average in like 2 years. So it was already kind of a shitty place to work, and that's evident by the fact that Twitch is a terrible platform with terrible culture. But I mean, to be fair, like all these gaming related things have apparently some pretty terrible
almost all of them.
Culture.
I mean, to be fair, like we can say like all these leaks are bad, but like it's terrible engineering, terrible coding, whatever. Literally every company is just like one little thing away from like having something maybe 50% as bad.
Yeah, when you work in cybersecurity, you realize that like, oh, everything's fucked. Eventually, everyone's information is going to be out there from a leak. Amazon should be a little better because like this wasn't just like a leak. Like this was like the whole fucking sink. But
Kit and caboodle.
I just want to say, it must really suck being a software engineer right now at Twitch. It's like,
oh God,
I'm working 18-hour days instead of 14-hour days. It's like, oh my God.
It is so funny that they changed the logo with Jeff Bezos, because they could have been like so much nastier. Like they could have put like a giant could have put Goatsy up there.
That would be honest. I would much rather them have put Goatsy. So the thing is, I'm waning off my Twitch usage. I'm watching Twitch way too much. I'm spending too much time. I'm looking for excuses to leave Twitch. 1, 2, I guess like I'm an adult, so I've seen Goatsy many times. I'm an adult, so I've seen Goatsy many times. Like that's I'm an adult. I'm on my 8th Goatsy viewing.
As a child, you saw it though, which is what's so funny.
That's the problem. No, maturity is it's pre and post Goatsy. What I'm trying to say is that I would personally not have that much qualm seeing Goatsy again. It's like, God damn it. I'm so desensitized to it. But yeah, I understand children use the website and it'd be terrible for them to see it. But I think it would be like, just because it would highlight the seriousness of the breach if like millions of people were forced to see Goatsy because they logged onto Twitch one day, I would definitely chuckle. That's all I want to say. I would chuckle hard.
I'm chuckling just like thinking about it. But yeah, I think we're gonna see a lot more stuff like this with coming days. You know, with how ingenious these dark packets of the internet are with people with coding and stuff like that. They're literally 24 hours a day combing through this leak just to find other things to exploit. I wouldn't be surprised if some other scary things come out of it. Like they could possibly, spoof payment program shit. Like who knows? So,
well, Is that what I was going to say? No. Well, I honestly think that like being a Twitch dev right now really sucks because a lot of this stuff is going to have to be like coded differently, which is not fun.
Yeah.
They're going to have to rebuild a lot of the site
be
from the ground up.
I had this conversation with a buddy of mine. He's in cybersecurity, and he's like, this is like ridiculous. This happened. This should never happen. But it's like someone with the MBA said, all right, well, it's going to cost this to fix it and this if it goes bad. So they kind of like... It's like a wager of do we pay all this money to get it fixed?
It's not. Yeah, that's what you think. But honestly, it's that they don't have enough talented people to work on this. Twitch is a massive platform. I know that personally, people in my field and people who are at large companies, cybersecurity is taken incredibly seriously. But when you have extremely large amounts of data, like a company like Twitch, you can't possibly have every single thing locked down. Like, there will be a flaw. There will be one person who makes one mistake in one small area, and that's going to act as a backdoor to everything. You would think it's like just some like guy being like, "Oh, we don't have the budget for that." Amazon has the budget for that. They don't have the engineers
not necessarily
for that.
about budget. It's like they make the wager of like, well, we can spend this amount of money to not fix it, or spend this amount of money to fix it, and if we have to fix it like 4 years down the line, then the money invested isn't going to be as upfront. Or
it's about manpower. Like Amazon was recently in the news for literally running out of people to hire. Like, not just on the warehouse front, because like it's like something like 1 in like 8 people work for Amazon in the US. Like, they have a ridiculous amount, not 1 in 8 people, but like they have a ridiculous amount of employees and software engineers. They're just the pool of software engineers, even though we're giving more software engineering degrees like faster than ever, like there just aren't that many, especially in cybersecurity. So like they can't patch up all their bases. It's inevitable, and it's inevitable at all these companies. Like, cybersecurity engineering is an amazing field to go into, but it's also very stressful because you will probably at one point have to deal with a breach.
Maybe my thought on this subject has more to do with like small or like medium-sized businesses versus like mega corporations.
If you have a 20-person company that has a website, the guy's gonna be like, "Who gives a shit about cybersecurity?" Like that. Of course. If you're at a large company like Twitch with a dedicated cybersecurity department, those people are probably like some of the most well-paid people.
My buddy's company literally just got hacked. They had a ransomware because the company is like, "Oh, we don't want to spend money on a filter," and it's like, "Well, we kind of need it." It's like, "Well, that doesn't make us money. That just spends money." And then some random fucking person in accounting clicked on a email, and then the entire company was ransomed.
Yeah. That's why companies got to have phishing drills. Got to have them monthly, and then shame the person.
So he does that all the time, and they just don't care.
They gotta like give him a fake email website, like just like, "Hey, you play on this all day." It's like gfail.com. Terrible joke.
That makes me want to hurt myself in
cry. You said
online space.
You probably meant cry, right?
Yeah.